I'm not quite sure how to say this, but I'll just say it. AI is coming for your job. It doesn't matter if you have a good job with good benefits and you've been working with that company forever, it's coming your way. If you don't think this is a reality, the Labor Department stated that new applications for unemployed benefits rose 8,000 to 247,000 for just last week on May 31st. That's the most since early October 2024. Thousands of people are getting laid off every day and they're not able to pay their bills to be able to survive, and it's just getting worse. Klarna reduced its employees by 40% due to aggressive AI adoption to automate jobs.
Okay, so there's a lot of conversations about AI. I recently lost my job to AI, ChatGPT. I'm a copywriter, and small businesses basically realized that that service is less expensive than hiring me, even though I don't make very much money, which sucked. So I'm applying to jobs, and it's really, really, really hard to get a job right now. I finally get like an exciting prospect, and I'm like, they want a content writer, that's great. They're actually gonna pay me a decent amount, or a livable wage. This is not something to call home about, but like more than $0, which is what I'm currently making because my employer wouldn't call me an employee. I was technically working freelance, even though I was working full time. So I never got benefits and I don't get unemployment. Anyways, so I got this exciting new job prospect. They seem really eager to interview me. They need a writer just like me. And, they need someone to start immediately. It only lasts 6 months, but like, it's a good enough contract where that might be fine. But I can't really figure out what they want me to write. And then I figured it out. They want me to train AI to do my job. And I'm gonna have to take it. That's the worst part, is I'm gonna have to take it because I cannot afford my apartment. I'm about to eat a can of garbanzo beans. I'm selling off my possessions. I'm in no place to turn down a job. No place. Even though it's literally gonna take away the prospect at me finding a job in the future. But I don't have a way out. There's no choice for me. And that's...
So this lady gets laid off from her job, couldn't find a new job for months and months and months because we know the job market is trash. Finally finds a prospective job with a company that she may want to work with, but is only going to hire her for 6 months, but they're going to pay a livable wage, which is enticing. And also very sad, the fact that she even had to mention that it was a livable wage. It shouldn't be that difficult for us to find a job in America that has a livable wage, especially if you have some experience, which it sounds like she's had some experience as a copywriter. She can't figure out what they want her to exactly do at this job, what to write about, until she realizes that it's to teach AI. They only want to hire her for 6 months because they want her to teach AI how to do her job. I mean, what is she supposed to do after the 6 months? I wonder if she thought about that. I'm sure she's, it's marinating in her head. Okay, I should take this job. It's blowing my mind. It's kind of crazy. But if this happens more and more, then eventually there won't be a job in her field for her in the future. What do you do if there's no longer any jobs in the field that you're trained in, that you like to do, that you've been doing for years and years and years? That means that you have to move on to a job in another field and start from scratch, which means that you're probably going to end up lowering your income even more because now you're going back to entry-level jobs.
All right, so it's tech layoffs going off right now. Meta's laying off 5%. People's like, oh, why are they laying off this and that? AI is taking people's jobs. People are like, oh, no, they're not. They're improving. No, they're not. I have an AI employee company. We make AI employees. When we look at the data behind the, not just the efficiency, but the cost, the ROI, how much inexpensive it is to have an entire AI employee to do a whole entry-level task. I mean, it's insane. These Fortune 500 companies will rather pay companies that have these AI agents $10,000, $20,000 per agent rather than paying 150 per person. You're saving nearly 10x your money by having an AI agent.
So there you have it. These companies can increase their profits, which, these companies are greedy. They do not care about us at all. They can hire an agent for just $20,000 a year versus a human being for $100,000 to $150,000. So they're going to save a ton of money and increase their revenue. So they don't care about us. Anthropic CEO warns AI could wipe out white-collar jobs. This is just recently when their CEO, and Anthropic is an AI startup, if you didn't know that, just recently commented in a podcast that AI could automate white-collar jobs in the next 2 to 5 years. That's not long at all. Dario Amodei is his name, has warned the government and businesses that inaction and a lack of truth-telling on AI's potential could see a lot of changes in the rate of unemployment, which tells me it's going to skyrocket. In the wake of AI's potential, there have been plenty of major tech companies announcing layoffs, including cybersecurity powerhouse CrowdStrike and Microsoft. However, while businesses should anticipate and prepare for changes in the workforce, a sense of urgency is not necessarily the right antidote based on the mixed feelings of AI's current workplace potential. But he just said 2 to 5 years. 2 to 5 years is really soon. He's not just saying in the technology sector, he's also saying in finance, particularly entry-level roles within the industry are going to decline about 10 to 20%. So that's going to increase the unemployment rate by 10 to 20% in that specific area because these AI agents are going to take over their jobs. And something significant that he also said is that the U.S. government is sugarcoating the potential effects of AI and automation on unemployment. And he has called for more transparency on the subject from these institutions. Ironically, Amodei claims he wants to protect and prepare the nation for technology he's rapidly advancing and predicts that this could change society overnight. Where does this leave millions of Americans?
If you were going into law, parts of medicine, in terms of diagnostics, accounting, much of journalism, not all of it, you are really in trouble, because AI really can do this very quickly. And this stuff will be running our world.
Y'all, I officially got my last paycheck today. Let that sink in. I was a government contractor, and I officially got after 8 years at my job. I was not fired. We were all laid off. There were 350 government contractors laid off, and we all got our last paychecks right now, today. 350 people from one company. Let that sink in. 350 unemployed people that all do the same thing for a government contractor were laid off. And we are now all at the same time looking for jobs.
What jobs are going to be made redundant in a world where I am sat here as a CEO with 1,000 AI agents?
I think if your job is as routine as it comes, your job is gone in the next couple of years. So meaning if in those jobs, for example, quality assurance jobs, data entry jobs, you're sitting in front of a computer and you're supposed to click and type things in a certain order. Operator and those technologies are coming on the market really quickly, and those are going to displace a lot of labor.
Accountants,
lawyers. Yes.
I mean, I've just pulled a ligament in my foot, and they did an MRI scan, and I had to wait a couple of days for someone to look at the MRI scan and tell me what it meant.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's gone.
Yeah, I think the healthcare ecosystem is hard to predict because of regulation, and again, there's so many limiting factors on how this technology can permeate the economy because of regulations and people's willingness to take it. But things, unregulated jobs that are purely text in, text out. If your job, you get a message and you produce some kind of artifact that's like probably text or images. That job is at risk.
He mentioned quality assurance and data entry jobs along with lawyers and accountants. Now, there's an article that I have to share with you. It says corporate layoffs have ramped up in recent weeks. Here are the companies, and this is as of Thursday, June 5th. Procter & Gamble, who makes Pampers and Tide. A lot of us buy Tide detergent, even if you don't have a baby, you haven't had the need to buy Pampers. They said on Thursday that they're going to cut 7,000 jobs, or about 15% of its non-manufacturing workforce over the next 2 years as a part of its restructuring program. Microsoft said on May 13th that it would reduce its workforce by 6,000 staffers, totaling about 3% of its employees across all teams, levels, and geographies. Citigroup said in a statement on Thursday it plans to reduce its staff by around 3,500 positions in China. The cuts mostly affect the Information Technology Services Unit, which provides software development, testing, and maintenance. Some of the affected roles will be moved to Citi's technology centers elsewhere, the bank said. Under the leadership of CEO Jane Fraser, Citi has undertaken a large-scale reorganization with an eye towards profitability and stock performance. The bank consistently underperformed with its major bank peers in recent years. Citi announced a broader plan in 2024 to reduce its workforce by 10%, or about 20,000 employees globally. Walmart, as we know, on May 21st, decided to slash about 1,500 jobs in order to simplify operations. Walmart employs around 1.6 million workers, making it the largest private employer. CFO John Rainey told CNBC during an interview on May 15th. Chegg, an online firm, said on May 12th that it will lay off about 248 employees, or about 22% of its workforce. The cuts come as AI-powered tools such as OpenAI's ChatGPT take over education. Amazon said that it would eliminate about 100 jobs in its devices and services division, which includes Alexa voice assistant, Echo hardware, Ring doorbells, and Zoox robotics. The cuts come as CEO Andy Jassy has sought out cost-cutting efforts at the company. Since the beginning of 2022, Amazon has laid off roughly 27,000 employees, and Warner Brothers Discovery will lay off a little bit less than 100 employees, according to multiple media reports. All these companies are laying off people. Where are all of these laid off or soon to be laid off employees supposed to go? And as you can see, a lot of them are laying off employees due to AI taking over a lot of the work that needs to get done. Less humans, more AI agents.
AI is really coming for your job, every bit of your job. And it's going to drive energy costs to effectively zero, will drive labor costs to effectively zero. You'll be able to get anything you want for effectively free, and you're still going to be traumatized because you have no meaning and purpose. People are going to start pushing back on that. So I think there's a pretty near-term timeline where this starts being problematic. 25 is the year it goes from, oh, it kind of feels like I have an intellectual understanding to I feel that AI is doing something. That's this year. 26 is like, I'm really starting to take this seriously and I'm pushing back. I'm getting very vocal and I'm boycotting companies that use AI, and I'm getting angry at the people that are building it. 27 is where you start seeing violence towards robots, and I hope it stops there. And I hope then it starts returning dividends enough that people are like, actually, this is pretty cool, and it's made a lot of aspects of my life better, and I see costs coming down, and whoa, this is wildly deflationary.
Even though this is all a bit depressing, I think we need to focus on what the solution could be, because focusing on the negative, dwelling on it, and not trying to figure out how we can get ourselves out of the situation of not having a job doesn't help. So for fun, I decided to ask ChatGPT, what are people supposed to do if AI is going to take over most jobs? And this is what it had to say. It said, shift your focus to uniquely human strengths. Certain skills and qualities are much harder to automate. Okay, let's see which skills they're saying are harder to automate. Creativity, which includes art, design, and innovation. Emotional intelligence, which includes counseling, caregiving, and leadership. Critical thinking, which includes strategy, ethics, systems thinking. And relationship-based work, which includes teaching, coaching, therapy. It says these will become increasingly valuable. People may need to reskill or upskill in these areas. And then it says other ways to reskill and lifelong learning. Governments and companies may need to fund massive retraining programs. People may need to switch careers multiple times in their lives. I know many people who have already done this because companies are not loyal to their employees anymore. Tech fluency, even basic AI literacy, will become essential across many industries. It says new jobs will be created. Historically, technological disruption leads to new industries and roles. For examples, prompt engineers, AI ethics advisors, human AI collaboration designers, digital wellness coaches, climate tech specialists. I haven't heard of any of these jobs before. And that makes sense because it says these jobs may not even exist yet in name, but they'll emerge as needs evolve. You guys let me know if you've heard of any of these jobs yet. Have they come about yet? And it says rethinking work and purpose. In the long run, it says as AI becomes extremely efficient, society might shift its values. Shorter work weeks. I like that. I like that a lot. You guys let me know what you think about that. Universal basic income or guaranteed minimum living support. I'm 50-50 on that one. More time for caregiving, volunteering, creative pursuits, and leisure. I always think that's a positive. It says the idea is not just about having a job, but finding purpose and contributing in meaningful ways. It also has something to say about policy and ethical governance. It says to avoid destabilization, governments may need to redistribute wealth more fairly. Example, AI taxation or robot taxes. AI should be regulated to augment humans, not replace them entirely where it matters most. The social contract may evolve to prioritize well-being over productivity alone. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Basically, it's saying that you need to adapt. Don't try to resist, try to adapt and see what type of jobs are going to be developing that are still necessary for human beings to do those jobs. Let me know in the comments again what you think. I love chatting with you. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Check out this video next. And for all of you who have recently lost your jobs, I hope that you find one really soon because I know this job market is just horrible. I wish you the best of luck.